Definitely taking a bit longer, but I'm not super tired, so the low amount of G fuel I'm drinking is being helpful. But 1 more hour till midnight. It's gonna be close. Hopefully I can. Next 4 ones are short. Well, let's see. Shallow sculpture. It is. It is short. Yeah. Here we go. Safe. SCP-1806 is to be kept in the secure, light-proof, anomalous items locker at Site 19. SCP-1806 shall not be exposed to direct sunlight except when being used in an approved experiment. Foundation personnel are to maintain at least 10 meters between themselves and SCP-1806 during testing and shall not place themselves between SCP-1806 and any light source. Instances of -1 are to be kept in standardized humanoid containment cells indefinitely. SCP-1806 is a stylized sculpture of an elongated human head, 0.8 meters in height and massing about 300 kilograms. Okay. Elongated human head. Must definitely not be very creepy to look at. An analysis of the materials used to construct the sculpture reveal microstructures and concentrations of iron and nickel consistent with those found in the Type 3 iron meteorite. SCP-1806 anomalous properties manifest when it's exposed to direct sunlight or any light source of comparable spectra and intensity. When SCP-1806 is sufficiently illuminated and either the shadow of any living human subject crosses it, or SCP-1806 shadow crosses the subject, the subject becomes an instance of -1. Okay. -1 will progress through 4 primary stages after exposure. Here we go. Stage 1. Immediately after exposure, -1 shadow will begin to display anomalies, primarily by becoming darker than ambient lighting should allow, and by changing its shape to no longer be consistent with -1's outline. I mean, that's just Dr. Facilier's shadow. Just going a little bit, like, dancing around a little bit. And Peter Pan's shadow. Although Peter Pan's shadow kept the outline at the end, so Dr. Facilier's shadow is the one that can shapeshift into animals. Stage 2, starting at 6 to 12 hours after exposure, -1 will begin to perceive objects and entities within shadows cast by other objects. The clarity of this perception will be proportional to the strength of the direct light casting the shadow as well as the ambient light. An example: the darker the shadow appears to -1, the clearer the perception of these objects and entities. A majority of instances of -1 will express distress at this, while a small minority, 10%, will express fascination. Instances of -1 are rarely able to articulate the nature of these perceptions except in vague terms. Stage 3. Between 24 and 48 hours after exposure, -1 will begin to lose the ability to visually distinguish objects, becoming functionally blind. Tests show that -1 is able to identify the presence of light and can describe the objects based on the outlines of cast shadows, but is unable to perceive the illuminated object itself. Objects and entities within shadows are now particularly clear to the -1, and any area of darkness will be described as a portal into some other reality. Step 4. Between 24 and 48 hours after the onset of Stage 3, -1 will begin to present a form of aphasia that begins with the occasional inappropriate or nonsensical word choice and progresses into complete inability to communicate. The ability to understand spoken language from Foundation personnel degrades similarly. Within 24 hours after the onset of Stage 4, any meaningful interaction between -1 and unaffected persons is impossible. At Stage 4, -1 will converse meaninglessly at random and move and react to unobservable phenomena. -1 at this point are unable to care for themselves and require restraint to prevent accidental self-harm. And here we have document T1806-12A. Document T1806-12A excerpts from document T1806-12, post-incident log by Dr. T. Ellison, 5th, 20th, 2007 to 5th, 24th, 2007. Okay, so here we have the 15th, 20th, 2007, 14, 12. Surrendered myself after the accident. My own carelessness, not checking the power was off before fixing the light. Cast my shell right across SB-1806 face. They gave me a recorder to log what happens to me now. At least we get some use of this. 1430. It's unnerving when you see redacted growing from your own shadow. 17. I see them everywhere in the dark. 17 o'clock. In the darkness behind the shadows, looking in, undulating. Ugh. Oh, that's always nice. 17.5. I can understand why subjects have difficulty describing these objects. I do not think I'm seeing in the sense we usually mean. I'm not perceiving light or anything like the absence of light. I'm perceiving something more fundamental, and my brain is doing what I can do to cope with the information, but it isn't. Words don't work. What does unease smell like? That's what I see. 1813. I can feel them talking to me like colors slicing through my skin. The pain tastes like gray. They want me to join him in the darkness he made. 5th, 21st, 2007, 27 o'clock. The world is melting around me. Everything his brother light touches is starting to dissolve like an ice cube on the running water. I touch things like the table and the chair I'm sitting in, but I can barely feel the colors anymore. The watchers squat behind the darkness, legions of them waiting for me. I hear the shape of their lust. And then 5th, 23rd, 2007, 11:13 o'clock. I know the onion of the established computer thoughts. Unknown tragic dissemination. Dissuade the evangelical toilet before the catastrophic video canoe. Configure the armband. He's losing it. He's saying nonsense. The shell decided to shapeshift, and he's losing his absolute mind.